You know, the first time I heard of Clutter Hotspots wasn't on my first date, I can tell you that. It was in a book I was reading titled Controlled Clutter by Jeff Campbell. I still use this book to this day. Hello, my friends, new and old. I have a treat for you. So, what are clutter hotspots? Many of you may know this, but for those who are new to the term, in short, a location or area in your home or office that constantly collects clutter on a daily basis. In my home, it's the kitchen island, the pantry counter, and the office desk. These areas can go from tidy to out of control in a matter of minutes. No matter what I do, it always turns out this way. So I decided, instead of fighting the problem, or as my grandfather used to say, beating a dead horse, I will minimize it. And that is what I will share with you today. So let's get decluttered with a few tricks and tips I use. Many of you may remember my cleaning schedule, where in there is my daily routine. During my daily routine is when I start to declutter. It takes between 10 to 20 minutes to complete. Now, depending on the size of your family, it may take a little longer. One of the tools I use during my routine is a bin or a basket. The bin serves as a temporary holding area for out-of-place items I come across. A laundry basket is a great tool for larger families. How does it work? You would simply put out-of-place items in the bin or basket as you do your daily cleaning routine, and at the same time, taking out-of-place items out of the bin or basket and putting them back where it belongs. At the end of the 10 to 20 minutes of your daily cleaning, everything should be back in its place. Okay, so this part of the video, I should be showing you some of my tips and tricks. Okay, I'll do that. What do I do to keep my house decluttered? Well, here's a novel idea. Have a designated area or space for items used daily. Oh yeah, I know. This is pretty simple, but how many of us follow this rule? Cell phones, keys, purses, mail, remote controls are just some of the daily items that clutter my hotspots. Here are some tricks and some tips I use to keep it under control and cost a little or no money. Get some Velcro adhesive strips from your hardware store. Apply one half to the back of the remote. Take the second half of the adhesive Velcro strip and stick it either under your table or, as I have here, on the side of the cabinet. Now when you're ready to put the remote away, you just stick it under the counter or under your table. And now it's out of the way and you always know where it is. Charger hocus pocus. Tip number 2. Nothing clutters space faster than cell phones, iPads, and other daily electronics. To eliminate this problem, I located a convenient area where I can store all of my daily electronics. In a previous video, I shared with you how I DIY'd this charging station. If you're interested in this DIY, I will link the information in the upper right corner of this video. Just click on the I for information. In my home, I've cut paper trail down to minimum. I try to scan 60% of the paper that comes into my home that I need to keep. Receipts, tax documents, insurance, medical records, etc. But I needed something to track action documents. I decided to create a paper processing center. A paper processing center tracks paper that needs my attention to take action daily. This is a temporary home. Once that action is completed, I either scan it or shred it. All you need is some sort of vertical file system. I find they work the best. Some file folders and labels. And then you want to label your folders. To do, to pay, to file, to scan, or to read. This is what I did. But you can label them any way that you would like to process your daily paperwork. So how does it work? Well, I would do a future video on how I go about sorting mail. But basically, when sorting your mail, stand by the trash and throw away or shred any mail you don't need. Open every piece of mail daily and throw away the unwanted envelopes. Bring the rest of the wanted mail to your processing center and file accordingly. Each day, go through your action folders for processing. Keep documents in the action file until completed, scan, or shred. This will keep the folders from getting too large. In a future video, I will be doing the office tour and an office setup tour, and then I will show you my document processing center. Tip number 3, one in, one out. This is a great tip for those who has a passion for purchasing. Shoes and clothing are a great example. Let's say you've purged your clothing down to a sensible number during your spring cleaning. And then you're out shopping for whatever, and you come across this nice top. Well, before you buy that top, you have to give something away that you already have at home. That's the one in, one out rule. How does it work? For every item you purchase, you must donate or give away an item of equal value. This forces me to really think about if I really need this item and am I willing to part with an item I have. I have found through the years that managing clutter is a constant process. It tends to creep up on you right in front of your eyes. I hope I've given you some tips and tricks that will help you with your clutter hotspot problem or just clutter and problem in general. Until the next video, my friends, smooches!